Hello everybody and welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. I am as always Damon, and we're going to start off this video a little bit differently. I talked a little about Kreia and her ideology in a past episode, and I wanted to talk about that real quick. In the original trilogy, the movies 4, 5, and 6, they are kind of black and white with their descriptions of the dark and light sides of the Force. They build off that a little in the prequels, but more so in the expanded universe, especially in the comics, the novels, and the video games. And there's not a lot of people who are really familiar with those expansions, and therefore might not have some important context needed to deeper understand some of the nuances that are out there explaining the differences and the balance between the dark and light sides of the Force. So let's start off with the codes of each side. The Jedi Code states, "There is no emotion, there is peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no passion, there is serenity. There is no chaos, there is harmony. There is no death, there is the Force." Now, there's a lot of people that take this literally. For instance, when they say there is no emotion, they think that it means that Jedi can't or aren't allowed to feel emotions, which is not true. What it means is that Jedi overcome these emotions to get to peace. And the rest of the Jedi Code is the same. They overcome ignorance to gain knowledge. They overcome physical passions to feel serenity. They overcome chaos to get to harmony. And they look past death to realize that we are all part of the Force. Now, let's look at the Sith Code, which is basically the antithesis to the Jedi Code. And it states, peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. This is completely in opposition of the Jedi, where the Jedi are about overcoming the physical to get to the spiritual aspect of the Force. The Sith are more so embracing the physical to subject the Force to their will. And this is where we come to Kreia. Throughout our entire playthrough, Kreia will stay neutral. Spoilers, she will. Neither dark nor light side, no matter what we do or how much influence we gain or lose from her. If we wholly embrace the light side, Kreia will admonish us for being too merciful and closed off from reality. And if we embrace the dark side, she will warn us from closing ourselves off from the truths the universe has to show us. Even if we're a sassy Jedi that tries to expose the Jedi Order for their hypocrisies, she'll still think we're being too soft. She's a very Nietzsche-esque character, straddling this tightrope between denying the physical and also the overly spiritual. And this is where her character kind of annoys, but also fascinates me. Because when you look at the Jedi and Sith codes, there's not much of a middle ground. You're either in the dark or in the light. You either deny your emotions or you embrace them. But Kreia strives to live in this gray middle ground path that you can't possibly walk in the game. If you make light side choices, she chides you for being too merciful, but if you align with the dark side, she admonishes you for being too harsh and giving into your base emotions. It's absolute insanity. It's why, more often than not, I just default to light side because it makes more sense to me. I mean, what sane person wouldn't be charitable to merciful well, what sane person wouldn't be more charitable and merciful, regardless of circumstance? Who would threaten and demean just for the sake of the advancement of their own will? How absolutely butt-fuck insane would you have to be to try to teeter between those two polar opposites as often as Kreia expects you to? And that's why I think her rant about being too merciful is just such bullshit. Because even if we were to be as callous as she tries to push us to be, she'd still have something to say about it. And it's not only her, but the people who think that she's right would also be behooved to deal with someone who dealt with them on that level. Because it's just plain cruel. It's self-serving, and anyone on the receiving end of that treatment would feel that it's unfair to them. Which is why the Sith are constantly their own worst enemies and end up falling to the Jedi every time they end up in power within the Star Wars universe. Of course, you could make the same argument that the light side also falls in the same way due to their arrogance and feelings of moral superiority that gives the Sith openings to abuse and corrode the weak in their ranks into falling to their base emotions. But I digress. Anyways, that's all I had to say on that topic without going too deep or giving any kind of real big spoilers. I just wanted to give a little context on why I was so distraught with Kreia when she tried to admonish us for being kind. Anywho, on with the video. Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. I don't even have to do this, I already did an intro.
Are you ready to go to ISIS yet?
I am ready, let's go.
I'm going to talk with Zuka and have him start a shuttle flight check. After that, we'll head out.
Cool.
How are the port stabilizers? They check out Mandalore, all systems are green.
You know, I was thinking
I want the shuttle
about...
bound for Onderon within the hour.
They are trying in this game really hard
It is, like I promised. Why?
to
back out
paint
now?
the
My only
Mandalorians
concern
as
is
like
after the
space
one you escort
Australians.
to Onderon, Mandalorian.
It's wild.
Would you do any less for one of your clan?
Don't pretend to understand us. We Mandalorians are a breed apart.
If by apart you mean scattered, broken, and lost, then yes, you are correct.
Not for long. Soon the Mandalorians will be strong again, united as one clan under one banner. Mine.
Ah yes, the Great Crusade, after the first one was ended by Revan and the Jedi. Such a defeat was merciful, an echo of the end, when your ships were in flames, crushed in the grip of Malachor V. But I do not need to remind you of such things.
I was at Malachor 5, and I remember how many Jedi died to stop us there. And no matter how many dead orbit that planet, the Mandalorians still live. Clan Ordo still lives. See Kex there? He was serving on Nar Shaddai's muscle for the Hutts. Kelborn was a scout for the Duros on Frontier Worlds. I brought them here, gave them a purpose. This galaxy will be ours again, I promise you. That is the future.
Indeed, the future is always in motion. It is a difficult thing to see. Perhaps there will be no New Age Mandalore, no great Mandalorian crusade. Perhaps your people fought their last battle at Malachor V, and you have been dying ever since, a quiet death that will last centuries. And perhaps all that remains will be what I see before me. A man wounded by a Jedi, encased in a Mandalorian shell, hunted by the thought of being the last of the Mandalorians.
You've got some guts talking to me like that. You think your age or your Jedi whelp are going to keep you safe from me?
No, Mandalore, you are wrong. I hope that it is you who will keep the one I travel with safe. You are loyal, and you have served many masters, even when they abandoned you. Do you wonder where he wanders now, Mandalore? Why he gave you your orders, then abandoned you at the edge of the galaxy?
How do you know that?
I know many things, and I can answer the question that burns within your shell, Mandalore. But there is a price. You must keep the one I travel with safe. She is important to me, more important than anything. Show the same loyalty you have shown in the past, Mandalore. If there is a Mandalorian crusade, let it be for something that will carry your people's memory into the future. So when the time comes when there are no more Mandalorians, then at least their honor will remain. The one I travel with has walked your same path, and I ask that when the end comes, that you remember that kinship, even if it seems there is nothing else left.
Forget the Jedi. Keep your eyes on her. 1, 2, 3. Mandalorians, we've got company. Stealth targets have breached our perimeter.
Oh shit. Sith.
Wait a moment. I sense there is a disturbance in the camp. Our enemy has tracked us here. I did not expect them so soon. How did they get here, I wonder? Regardless, we must eliminate them all. None of them can escape. Our whereabouts must remain a secret. Let us join the battle. Our allies will need our help.
Oh, we're suddenly there now. Apparently. Okay. Let's go kill those Sith assassins.
You didn't think you were the only ones with stealth generators, did you? For Mandalore!
Damn. Oh, another lightsaber form. And now we can use our lightsaber. We can use our different lightsaber forms. Contention. Makashi lightsaber form. We'll have to look that up.
Seems trouble follows you on a regular basis. I think it's best for both of us if we head to Isis immediately. Grab your gear. My men will take care of cleaning up the mess.
Okay. Oh. The Mandalore comes with us, and he is full dark side. Holy crap. Huh, okay. That's really interesting. So we get the Mandalore as a partner. Haha. Ooh. So now we're in the city of Isis.
Vaklu's saying that the Republic ship attacked first? That's madness!
Unfortunately, lie or not, it's a madness people will believe.
The timing of this is
There's our
atrocious.
lost
A space battle above our
master.
skies. So many of our fighters lost.
Curiously, only Tobin's men were involved in that battle.
That shooter.
Strong word, Your Majesty, but there is no good time for news like this. I recommend we continue with our plan.
But won't that bring even more followers to Vaklu's side? Increasing his power?
For a time, perhaps, but we both know he's not the true threat. It's his unseen support from the shadows that we must drag out into the light. Then, and only then, can we strike.
I fear by then it will be too late.
So even though he's not a quote-unquote Jedi anymore, he does seem to be involving
Here we are,
himself with
City of Isis. We've been shut down tight
politics.
for months now. General Vaklu is close to declaring martial law. We won't be able to travel too far in the city. Fortunately, I have a friend in this quarter of the city. He's a doctor by the name of Dagon Gent. His office is on the other side of the market square.
Okay.
It might be best if you do the talking around here. The Onderonians have a mixed view of Mandalorians after we conquered their world.
Sounds about right. Okay, he's not full dark side, but pretty in tune with the dark side of the Force.
It's been a while since you've docked here, eh? I suppose the lockdown has hurt your profits as well. Oh, it must be hard to shuttle people when nobody's allowed to leave. The blockade has been bad for everyone.
What's been going on here?
Your manifest says it's been 2 months since you last came here. It's become much worse since your last trip. Military checkpoints are everywhere.
Any news on the blockade?
Nothing new. Our space forces have been in full readiness ever since the space battle in orbit. Tensions are running high. All Republic vessels must be searched, and the delays are turning pilots grey before their time. And ever since the Republic fired on our space forces, things have been even slower. Bad days. And things are getting worse. I'd get out of the system quickly, if I were you, friend. Well, doesn't look like you have any trade goods, so the inspection's just a formality. Here's your starport visa. Don't lose it. They're priceless right now.
Priceless? Why?
If you want to leave the planet, you need a starport visa. They're very hard to get. Many people want to get out of here before things get worse.
How's the situation here on Onderon?
There's strict food and water rationing, and General Vaclu's troops have been very thorough in finding Republic dissidents. Bombing's very common.
I'll be going now.
Certainly. Mind what I said about the starport visa. I know one captain already who can't get back into the starport.
Okay. So we've got our own starport visa so that we can leave once we're ready. Interesting. So after talking with this guy, Margar, we learned that apparently General Vaclu is cousins with the Queen. The Queen is wanting to stay with the Republic, but Vaclu doesn't. And well, yeah.
Farewells to you, Offworlder. Is it too much to hope that you are a Telosian merchant?
Why do you ask?
These beasts you see here are for delivery to Telos, but the Republic vessels that transport them have to wait for thorough and needlessly long searches. So the city is stacked with caged beasts waiting for their ships. We have stopped gathering beasts now, but they still fill the city. For Drexel and Ryder, the Ithorians brought wealth and prosperity. Our settlements prospered, but now...
Your beasts seem restless.
They have been kept in their cages for a long time. But yet at times, I feel as if something else is affecting them. Frightening them. Perhaps it is the city itself. ISIS has fallen upon dark times, and tensions run high in the streets.
Who are you?
I am a beast rider. I have flown great distances gathering the animals you see here. We keep hoping that Ithorians or Telosians get through the Space Force's searches so that we can sell them.
Tell me about the Beast Riders.
Our people have been here for centuries. though we were not always one with the wilds of Onderon. In ancient times, our people were criminals, prisoners who were cast out of Isis and sentenced to die by the beasts in the wilds. But our ancestors learned how to survive and even tame the mighty beasts. They became our strength and companions. We fought endlessly with Isis for resources and survival. 2 generations ago, an Isis princess named Galia and a great beast rider hero, Oron Kira, married. They united our peoples. But now things are unraveling. Even the beasts can smell it in the air.
How are things unraveling?
Many beast riders have fallen to the city ways, and some are now no more than common thugs. Queen Talia and her cousin General Vaklu argue in open councils. The beasts stir from the changes in the wind, and cannot be calmed. And we beast riders find it harder to enter the city each day.
Why is it hard to enter the city?
No one is to leave the city without the starport visas. It chokes passage in and out of Isis.
Well, we already know why Telos wants their beast. It's for the restoration effort. So. I wonder if there's something we can do. Probably not. Yeah. They're just restless.
Calm.
Oh no. Whoops.
What? Run! The bomber is out of control!
Maybe I can do beast trick. Let's hope. Hey. Oh, no, that's not gonna work.
I don't know what to say. I heard stories, but I assumed that they were fledgling riders. Or simply tales that grow in the telling. Not since my first Drexel have I lost control of a beast. I apologize profusely. Here, I give you these credits for the danger I put you in.
What stories are you talking about?
The beasts grow more agitated by the day. The stories say that the smoldering fires of city politics cast a smoke they can smell and breathe. They revert to their primal instincts. As you've just seen, when they get that way, not even a skilled beast rider can control them. As soon as I leave here, I will talk with my family. There is much to be discussed.
Thank you for the credits. They aren't necessary, though.
Please keep them. It salves the shame my beast's behavior has brought me.
Okay, if you insist, I'll be going now. Alright. 500 credits, okay. That's interesting.
Halt, off-worlder. You'll have to answer some questions before you go into the city. What is your business on Isis?
I don't think my business is any concern of yours.
I don't think your business is any concern of mine.
While you're at it, tell him to forget he ever saw us. Could be useful.
Not only is your business not my concern, I can't seem to remember why I'm holding you up.
You'll let me go about my business and forget you ever saw me.
You should probably go about your business, whoever you are. Oh, don't lose your starport visa, otherwise you won't be leaving for a long while.
Peace.
Let's hurry this up. I want him escorted out of here quickly.
This is outrageous. I'm not a spy. I'm a journalist for Isis Calm.
You're a Republic spy, and your propaganda will be silenced. We are taking you back to our barracks for interrogation.
But, well, you can't be serious. You accuse me of propaganda? I have proof that Vaklu is withholding information on the so-called Republic.
One more word of treason out of you. What are you looking at? This is none of your business.
Please, ma'am, help me. Vaklu's troops won't listen. I'm just a journalist, not a spy.
Censorship politics. That's fun. Alright. What's going on?
This spy has been using his position as a journalist to spread lies and dissent among our people. No doubt he's been up to other treasonous activity as well.
But that's just crazy. I was a member of the Resistance. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars.
Yes, and your disloyalty now deeply sickens me.
Do you have some sort of warrant?
A warrant? General Vaclu passed an edict giving the military broad authority to detain and question anyone suspected of treasonous activity. It was specifically meant for us to pick up spies like this before they could leave ISIS or go underground.
A journalist would be a poor cover for a spy. They're not well known for their discretion.
This is just because I try and expose the web of lies that...
Enough out of you! Perhaps this traitor is more of an agent provocateur, sent by the Republic to sow dissent in our ranks.
Do you have proof of any sort?
That is classified military information.
Oh, okay. How many other journalists are being rounded up today?
I don't have time to answer your barbed questions, off-worlder.
You have the wrong man, don't you?
I have the wrong man. Yes, you heard me right. We have the wrong guy, so let him go. But watch it, both of you. If I hear even a hint you're up to something, I'm coming back.
I don't know how to thank you. I'm getting out of ISIS now. Eventually they'll come back for me. After that, I have a feeling no one will hear from me again. Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. Terlin.
Please, Captain, help me. My children and I are desperate to get off of Onderon. Do you have an open starport visa?
What do you mean?
My husband was killed by General Vaclu's troops. Our home was seized, and we were cast out. We have seen many wars on ISIS, and I know war is coming. I want to spare my children from bloodshed.
I sense you're not telling me something.
I've told you our story. Please, won't you help us?
Tell me the truth.
My husband, he was part of the ISIS Council. He was a strong supporter of the Queen and the Republic. His views weren't always popular. Over time, he became convinced that Vaclu was trying to kill Queen Talia. He tried to kill Vaclu. To protect the Queen. The conspiracy was discovered, and he was shot during the arrest. What he did was wrong, and our life has been so difficult since then. I just want to get off this planet and start a new life. Please, help us. No one else will.
I'll see what I can do. Damn. A lot of politics in the Star Wars. Startolis.
You have the look of someone used to adversity. A cut above the rabble around here. I have a business proposition for you. Everyone around here begs and pleads night and day for open starport visas. Very touching how well they act out their lies. Or truths. It doesn't matter, really. What does matter is credits. Hard currency. I offer you 2,000 credits if you find an open starport visa. You won't find a better deal.
Wow. So immediately, once we get into the city, we are met with political censorship of the media, and then a choice between helping a family get out of ISIS with any kind of open starport visa that we find, or selling that starport visa to somebody for 2,000 credits. Somebody who is very obviously more than just apathetic towards these people that need this open starport visa. That's a lot. Obviously, we're not going to sell this to sell it to them if we find one, but that's really interesting that we're given that kind of moral dilemma there. And I'd be really interested to know if we sold the starport visa to this guy, if that would give us dark side points, or if it just wouldn't give us any points at all, versus giving it to the family, which I'm sure is going to give us light side points. It's really interesting. Very interesting. And I wonder, what will you do with it?
Does it matter? Truly matter? No. I have no sad story. I just know people who will pay a great deal for an open starport visa. The credits are your share of my profits. The visas are very rare, but I have a feeling you may come across one.
Oh. So, he's not even just taking it for himself, he is scalping a starport visa. He wants us to help him scalp a starport visa. Wow. Yeah, I'm sure that would give us dark side points, now that we know that context. Huh. Yeah, what can you tell me about the place?
Ask someone who cares about that.
Oh, okay, he doesn't even
ISIS
care.
has suffered for many years. The strongest of us are accustomed to it now.
Okay, I'll be going now. Yeah, what a douche. Let's check this news hologram.
In the Council of Lords today, Lord Dashiell recommended a special commendation for Colonel Tobin due to his brilliant command of our armada in the skies above Onderon. Without him, Lord Dashiell said, the Republic attack would surely have done more damage. Tobin is one of ISIS's greatest heroes and deserves recognition.
That's interesting. So it seems like, from everything we've heard, that the Queen wants to stay with the Republic, but her cousin does not. And it seems that Tobin is under the cousin's power, not the Queen's, and is battling the Republic over our heads.
Welcome to what must be the smelliest place in the universe, Offworlder. How can I assist you?
Why are there so many beast cages around?
Ithorians have been buying them to help rebuild Telos. I don't know why, but ever since they started, the Beast Riders have been crawling out of the woodworks to sell them animals. But the Republic blockade has meant long delays, and because of that, beast cages are filling up the streets of Isis.
I see. What's that tower?
That's an air defense tower. The city's filled with them. Isis is an ancient city, and for many generations, our main enemy was the Beast Riders that lived outside the city. Towers like these were built to protect us against Drexel and their Beast Riders.
What's a Drexel?
A Drexel is a flying beast. Huge creatures with teeth the size of your arms. Lethal, and skin like ferrosteel plates. Somehow the Beast Riders figured out how to tame them years ago.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. But the Beast Riders aren't your enemies anymore. What happened?
About 50 years ago, Princess Gallia married one of the great leaders of the Beast Riders, Orin Kira.
Right.
That was right at the start of the Beast Wars. By the end of it, Gallia was crowned queen, and finally there was peace between our people.
Okay. We know they're still allies. They wouldn't be allowed in the city. And, of course, after all that time, it was made up. And, of course, you know, I'm sure there's some people that aren't for it, but we can assume that. We don't really need to ask.
Stay out of trouble.
So. And we've already talked to somebody who was with the Beast Riders, so we know a little bit about them already. But, Gegorin.
Please tell me you're an off-worlder. You came from the spaceport, right?
Yes, I am.
But this is good news. You have a starport visa, right? I can only sell my best weapons if you have that. These soldiers ensure that I don't forget these formalities.
Watch it, Keg. The captain already has enough complaints about you.
No need to be alarmed, my foreign friend. Pay the soldier no heed. Pretend he isn't here.
Why can you only sell to people with starport visas?
General Vaclu is concerned about well-armed insurgents. They've had to get arms from somewhere. Not from me, of course, but all sales of weapons have been severely restricted. I can only sell to off-worlders like you that have the proper clearance. And now off-worlders can't come here because of the blockade and searches, but it's a wise policy.
Mm-hmm. So you're happy about this, then?
Of course. Soldiers are only doing their job. Even if it puts me out of business, I am happy. Even if I'm forced to live off scraps in the street, I am so happy to do my part. Long live General Vaclu.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what he's got.
There must come a time when the Queen bows to the will of the people. The Republic has brought nothing but war and death. In our 50 years of flying their colors, we have had more war than the past millennia. Back General Vaclu in his effort to make her see reason. We do not need the Republic. They need our resources, our world, and our blood. For all that we have given, now we get nothing. The Republic is weak and falling apart. Its Jedi, whose fallen brethren have brought such misery to us, have disbanded. Let's be the first world to take our future into our hands. Are you with me?
Who? Me?
Yes, you! It is up to each and every one of us to turn the tide, to take control of our future.
Surely the Republic does something in return for you.
No, they take from us. They are like Minox, sucking energy and resources from so many worlds. They bleed us for their bureaucracy and their excesses.
That's enough, Ponlar. If you keep this up, you're going to spend time in detention. You're coming awfully close to treason.
You can't silence me forever, soldier. But I'll keep my peace. For now.
Huh. Okay. So who is this dude?
These are dangerous times.
Okay.
People like Ponlar aren't making it any easier.
If I speak more right now, the soldiers will arrest me. Perhaps they...
Okay. Well, I don't really care too much. Let's talk to Anda.
I'm quite busy right now.
No.
Perhaps later
Never
we'll
mind.
talk.
Kawana bota ayuka taigwa kankidora. Yasora ku tuka ulwanji yumalitba. Shanek ma winbok lelenko sobaramwe.
Dahupa, Bosakurata, Go, Jujuto Yoki, Hiata Yamba Wajiaki, Yukito Tune, Kavadumpa Munsuru Kupla Liyawa, Bo Bagaragawanda Yaitua Ulwanji Yuma.
Mogachi norta hirembe wanachi, kaki mogo grabo, drum pabanakaras mangra, kalalavadumba compaile mokata.
Kawana Bota Yuntatanga Kinamatura. Tayaita, ta bosananansata.
So, the Republic, they very much, from what many people have said now, they do take a lot from the people of Onderon, but they're helping to fight the Mandalorians and get them their freedom from the Mandalorians. So it seems that that would probably be the best, because obviously the Onderon people don't want the Mandalorians to be over them anymore. And I guess General Vaclu might have a chance if he gets away from the Republic, but unfortunately that means that General Vaclu is fighting a war on two fronts, and that means that inevitably they're going to lose. So, yeah. Seems like Queen Talia is the one that people should be siding with. But unfortunately, when you're in a position where you're just frustrated from being attacked by, or being attacked by one group of people and seemingly slighted by another, you're going to lash out at whoever's closest, which is, unfortunately, the Republic. What do you think of Queen Talia?
Kawanabota ayuka taigwa kankidora. Yasora ku tuka ulwanji yumalithba. Shanek ma winbok lelenko sobaramwe.
Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanji yuma. Kawanabota yuntatanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananhansata.
I don't know much about General Vaclu.
Fereki mangradu noko herete jun sombo marampino su clela sobuto. Cristocho intissime soto.
Taracho mosincho cavavolpa mulegi gumanarminta barawamba michedos. Kawanabota yuntatanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananhansata.
Ondalal no saga. Drum pabanakaras mangra.
So even the people that back Vaclu are like, yeah, he's kind of slimy, but he's strong. Whereas the Queen is kind of faltering a bit. But there would be deep consequences if Onderon secedes from the Republic.
Adarabinuko sobaramwe, masako chiro, chuchupichi, bremkamsa. Dachimo danchanek ma winbok lelentelemepilan.
It's true. Who do you trust more?
Kawanabota ayuka taigwa kankidora. Yasora ku tuka ulwanji yumalithba. Shanek ma winbok lelenko sobaramwe.
Taracho mosincho cavavolpa mulegi gumanarminta barawamba michedos. Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanji yuma.
Dawancha mori konsova. Mawani dinchori kitsodu sobarenwa. Dorchine sobawata.
Tonghite mosi jochia yumba litawa ebawatune ruta.
This is really interesting. To me, at least. I might be an outlier here. But I enjoy all this kind of stuff. But it's really interesting that we happen upon this conversation because, you know, obviously this is a very much a bringing together of everything that we've seen so far. You know, everybody has given their opinions on Vaclu and the Queen as we've walked through the streets here, but right here we finally get the opposing sides speaking to one another, bringing up their side's points against the other, and we're kind of coming in as an outsider and weighing in. And personally, I support Queen Talia myself, just because, you know, she is the one in power. Her cousin is trying to undermine her authority and also trying to put their people in a dangerous situation by creating a war on two fronts, like I said. And on top of that, he's a slimy politician, from what even his own supporters have said. And the Queen is kind of on the opposite end of that spectrum. She's truthful and wise, and she might be faltering a little bit with her inexperience, but at least she's truthful. At least she is a good and honest leader. And, yeah, I honestly, I think that I would support her truthfully.
Kawanabota ayuka taigwa kankidora. Yasora ku tuka ulwanji yumalithba. Shanek ma winbok lelenko sobaramwe.
Kawanabota yuntatanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosananhansata.
Very interesting. Captain Bostuco.
The sky ramp is restricted to military personnel only. Stay clear of here, Offworlder.
What's the sky ramp?
The sky ramp leads to the battlements, and this particular ramp leads straight to the palace itself. No civilians are allowed past this point.
Let me pass. I need to reach the palace.
I will let you... No. No, you're not permitted past this point. I suggest you move along, Off-Worlder, before you test my patience any further.
Let me speak to someone in charge.
I'm the one in charge here, Off-Worlder.
Okay.
If you try to get past me, then you'll have the entire ISIS garrison on you in seconds.
Alright. Maybe we can try I'm on an important mission? I need to see someone in the palace?
There's no chance of that, Off-Worlder. The palace is locked down tight, and only authorized personnel are allowed in.
Fine, fine. Who are you?
I am Captain Bastuco. I have served loyally in the Onderon military for 20 years.
20 years would mean you were here during the Mandalorian Wars, right?
I was a soldier when the Mandalorians took our world, and I fought in the Resistance. When we drove them from Onderon, I served on the Wall for 10 years after.
You mean after the Jedi drove the Mandalorians from Onderon? The Mandalorians never gave ground to any Onderon soldier.
Such a view could be considered treason. Onderon was responsible for much of the fighting during the last days of the war. Without General Vaclu, the Republic would have fallen.
What do you think of General Vaclu?
General Vaclu is my superior officer, and I respect the chain of command. He kept the Resistance alive when the Mandalorians were destroying our world.
Could you tell me about the Wall?
The Wall is the barrier between ISIS and the Onderon wilderness. For hundreds of years, we kept the city free of beasts and beast rider scum. The greatest honor for an officer is to serve on the Wall. Many aspire to the post, but few are worthy of it.
Why aren't you on the Wall anymore?
I was requested to guard the sky ramp in the merchant quarter.
You don't seem too pleased about your post.
My personal feelings on the matter are irrelevant. I received an order
That's
and
a
I
yes.
carried it out.
I'll be going now. So we can't go there. No matter what. Can't force persuade, unfortunately. Are we about to get into a battle? So you are these nuts. Fun. A big battle. I wouldn't say this is your lucky day, but okay.
Lately, if you have the right skills.
Just a random pool of blood here. Broken droid.
I am 1B8D, an automated droid vendor. I have in stock a variety. Reinitializing complete. That goes against my primary behavior. Market conditions all set to 0. All.
This is Dagon Gent's place. He's not the best doctor you'll ever meet, but he's well connected in this city. Doesn't look like he's here right now, though.
You looking for Dagon? You're not gonna find him here.
Where is he?
A soldier captain was murdered at the cantina real good. They got some suspects at the tower. From what I hear, Dagon Gent is one of them.
Mandalore, could Dagon have done this?
He's certainly capable of it, and probably stupid enough to get caught. But we need him, suspicion of murder or not.
Okay. What tower?
It's the turret tower on the other side of the market. Captain Riken is the man to talk to.
Thanks for the information.
If you talk to him, tell him I got his 20 credits.
Alright. Interesting. So, somebody died. And now, the guy that I assume we need to talk to, more thugs, is being held, so. More fun to be had. How do you know me? The exchange. Fun. Okay.
General, we have found them again.
Have we, Tobin? Or is this a preface to another of your failures? Consider the whole field, Tobin. Why would a Jedi risk all of this just to come to Isis?
The crew of the Ebon Hawk is elusive, General. We were warned about that, but we still underestimated them. But the fools are here, in Isis. The intel on this is certain. I'm ordering men loyal to us to take care of them now.
I think I have an idea. Hold that order. Have her watched instead. The Jedi may prove a solution to another one of our persistent problems.
Fun. So now we're being watched by the government. Fun. Alright.
I won't remain silent any longer. The Republic has actively attacked us. They attack our spaceships unprovoked. What next? An invasion? Perhaps they seek to conquer us. Will you stand idly by? Will you let them bomb our city? No! If Queen Talia is so removed that she won't do what the people so clearly want, then we must show her. With force!
That's it, Ponlar. We're taking you in. You've gone too far.
Brothers and sisters, let us rise up now and march to the palace. Our will cannot be denied.
I think we've been playing it a little too fast and loose with the Force Persuade, so let's try to just persuade him. Don't do this, Ponlar. This will not help your cause. Innocents will die.
Sacrifices are inevitable, but it is the price of change.
Alright, so you will go quietly, Ponlar.
I will not.
Oh, of course.
My cause is just. The Queen must bow to our will.
Tell everyone to stop now.
My head. Everyone stop now. I will go quietly.
You continually amaze me. A lot of people would have been hurt. Or worse.
I don't know what you did, but thank you, Off-Worlder. That was too close for me.
Yeah. It's not a great idea, especially since they're fighting for someone who is not telling them the whole truth, obviously, because he's sitting there trying to say that the Republic attacked them without provocation, but the Queen has been on the Republic's side and has an ex-Jedi with her, so that's a little hard to believe that the Republic would attack with no cause. Or without provocation. So, obviously, the General attacked the Republic. So.
Back again, Off-Worlder? I'm sure you have a starport visa. If I were you, I'd leave before too many more beast cages are stacked in the streets.
Do you have a man named Dagon Gent in custody?
We certainly do. He and several other people were picked up in connection to a murder.
Who got murdered?
Captain Sulio. She was in charge of the starport checkpoint. A good soldier. Your friend was one of the last people that saw her alive. So far, he's just a suspect. But if he did it, the punishment is death.
Dagon Gent is the only person I know with the contacts to help us out. We need to get Dagon out of custody.
How long is Dagon going to be questioned?
Until we either eliminate him as a suspect or find the real killer. Dagon has quite a record with the authorities. The Colonel thinks that murder isn't too far a stretch for someone like him.
Sounds like we're about to have to go on a clue hunt. How can I eliminate him as a suspect?
I know Dagon personally. He's one of the worst doctors I've ever heard of. But I can't see him deliberately killing someone. He was one of the last people seen with Captain Sulio in the cantina. Ask around there. I've heard he's got a good motive for killing him. If you can somehow clear that up and prove it wasn't him, the command will cut him loose. If I say any more, I'll get in trouble.
Can I see him?
No way. We're under orders to make sure no one sees the murder suspects. Command is taking this very seriously.
Okay.
Stay
How'd
out
it
of
going
trouble.
now? Let's go look around the cantina. Damn, some fucking kicking.
Donos emeragi, wanara gorachi drumka sa inchobin sasha. Dosimana rachata.
Why do you ask?
Dawacho simu poendo rakawa ichi rendumo para makawana abawasi. You kroren wan mapusiti nolara. Domababe want to susintu mukarata. To esfrektonatada be mabarchokto. Torenibu inturata sisi meborokra. Inwamagro, me rangana norocha.
Oh. Somebody else who needs to get off-world with an extra starport visa. This guy is not who I would go with. He's kind of a middle ground, I guess, between the two extremes that we saw at the front of the city. But yeah, I would go over helping a family start a new life somewhere else than just somebody who needs to get off world and can probably afford to wait based off of as little knowledge as we know. Have you tried to explain your situation to the soldiers? Alright. There seem to be a lot of people here that need one. He'll pay us for it too. Do you know what is going on here? Yeah. I only have mine and I'm using it. Slicer? It just occurs to me that this visa that we have from the bounty hunter may very well be this guy's visa. Nico.
Nice to meet you, Sentient. Are you interested in a friendly game of Pazak? The deck is warm, the drink is plentiful, and the company amiable. Can I tempt you?
Can I talk with you about Captain Sulio's murder?
Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about?
Do you know Dagon Gent?
Know him. He's probably my best friend on this planet. Honestly, he's not a very good doctor, but he is a great drinking companion.
Do you know any reason why Dagon Gent would kill Sulio?
Never. Dagon thought very highly of the good captain. I did too. She had a sharp wit, that one. Sad to see her go.
Tell me how you know Dagon.
Know him. He's
Okay, I already know that.
I'd much rather talk about something else.
Let's play some Bazak real quick.
We haven't played before, so you should know I don't pull any punches. You prove your mettle, and I might throw in a bonus one of these rounds. But enough of my cautionary advice. Let's play.
Well, I'm getting better at Kazakh, at least. Can I talk with you about Captain Sulio's murder? Ina, Nico, Pinar, and Kif. Okay. Alright. So we've already talked with Nico, which he doesn't think that he did it. He doesn't really have anything saying that he didn't. So we need to look for the other people that were here. I want to talk to you about Captain Sulio's murder. What exactly is your line of business? Do you know Dagon Gent? Do you know any reason why Dagon Gent would kill Sulio?
Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Kavadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Takometak playa justing mikigongo beaste. Kun grabi la king no mulara kichi kuta krasakisha.
Well, not necessarily, but okay. A friend of a friend told me that you're the guy I should talk to about adjusting starport visas. Okay, only 500 credits, that's not bad. How do I know that the visa will work? Okay, here's 500 credits. Cool. Alright. Let's open starport visa. We will need that.
I thought it was you. I served in the Mandalorian Wars with you. You're a Jedi, right?
You look familiar too.
I was one of the ground troops. We fought on Daggery Minor together. It was near the beginning of the war. We didn't win that battle.
I remember Daggery Minor.
Enough of the past. The whole galaxy isn't safe for Jedi now, especially here. Onderon has suffered through 3 wars started by fallen Jedi. Do you still serve the Republic?
Jedi don't really serve the Republic.
I didn't mean any offense, but this is the first good thing that's happened to me in days. I was sent by the Republic Senate to investigate certain delicate matters
Or at least they're not
that are
supposed to.
happening on Onderon. It's worse than we feared. I have to get to Coruscant to deliver my report. But days before I was planning to leave, they started requiring starport visas.
Oh, God. Let's ask him this. Why is it so important if one world secedes from the Republic?
After the Jedi Civil War, the Republic was weak, and the cost to the Jedi Order was staggering. This entire region is unstable, and the entire Republic government could collapse. If Onderon secedes, other worlds may follow, and that can't be allowed to happen.
Why not?
Trade between our worlds has brought economic prosperity, and people just take it for granted. All worlds are now interconnected. The Senate also smooths over differences and is a great instrument for peace. If the Republic falls apart, 1,000 little wars born out of petty rivalries will erupt over time. Eventually, the entire galaxy could be thrown into a dark age.
That, and it would leave a power vacuum that would, if history shows us anything in the Star Wars universe, it would definitely be filled in by a Sith regime. So, probably best to keep the Republic in power at this point. They're not exactly great, but they're better than the alternative, which unfortunately is kind of what we're forced to do in many worlds. What were you doing here?
I really can't say. The most I will say is stay clear of General Vaclu. His ambition knows no bounds. I believe the people of Izes are absolutely correct. A civil war is brewing, and Vaclu may very well win if I can't get to Coruscant in time.
Oh, it's already happening. You might want to travel to Telos as well. There's a Republic representative there.
Thank you for the tip. The journey to Coruscant would be more costly and attract more attention. But there are many freighters bound for Telos.
Couldn't you get a visa?
My mission requires the most extreme caution and delicacy. I don't want to risk going through channels to get a visa. General Vaclu is not above arranging an accident for me. I'm taking a great risk talking to you, but I'm running out of options.
I'll see what I can do.
Helping me is not without its risks. I know you have Jedi training, so you can probably handle it. But I may be being watched. If that would compromise your mission, perhaps we should go our separate ways.
Welcome back. Foul business, that is.
Someone was saying that Sulio deeply humiliated Dagon the night she was murdered. That's a very good motive.
She did? Oh no, by the 4 moons, what a mix-up. They got it all wrong. Dagon and Sulio were good friends. It's just when they got a little too much Juma juice, they'd carry on. They'd call each other all manner of things. It could get quite hilarious, really. But it was just friendly banter. That night, Sulio was in great form. Dagon and I were laughing about some of the choicer ones later. Yellow-toothed dung dweller. We bought her a couple of drinks afterwards. It may look strange on the outside, but it was just their habit. Their way of passing time during these dark nights. Listen, if the soldiers think that's a motive, they just didn't do enough digging.
That bit of information will help with clearing Dagon, but the Onderon military won't let him off that easy. They're very obstinate. Maybe some of these people will know more about what happened that night.
What happened on the night of the murder?
I was cleaning up stakes from a particularly rewarding Pazat game when I heard a loud sound outside. I grabbed my blaster and went out the door. When I got out, I saw Captain Salio. She was quite dead. Blood was everywhere. I heard a noise and saw Dagon Gent coming from his office across the courtyard. We both waited for the authorities to get there. The next day, they picked up Dagon and several other people in the area. It's crazy to think he did it. Salio was our friend.
Where did you find the body?
Just outside the door by the junk heap.
It might be a good idea to look at the crime scene. We fought many soldiers in the Mandalorian Wars. The Onderonians were certainly brave, but they were disorganized and stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if they overlooked something.
Alright, well, let's go check that out. Again. Searches the trash heap for anything related to Captain Sulu's murder. The only thing you find is dried blood where she was killed. Maybe there's something else in the area. There is a broken droid. The remains of a serving droid, still clutching its serving tray. It has been heavily scavenged, and the head is missing.
Nobody we talked with mentioned a droid. This droid was destroyed recently. Someone inside the cantina might know more.
Interesting. Let's go inside the cantina here. Let's talk to good old Nico again.
Welcome back. My deck is still warm if you're up for Bazak.
Can I talk with you about Captain Sulio's murder?
Foul business, that is. Like most...
Found a broken serving droid by the murder scene.
That would be Behemoth's SOD-2. No, SOD-3. Or is it 2? Whichever one it was, he keeps losing them. I remember when I arrived, it was still smoldering.
What happened to it?
Who knows? Sometimes the slum dwellers shoot his serving droids for fun. This part of the quarter is getting more and more lawless, I'm afraid. When Dagon and I were waiting for the soldiers, we had to chase off some scavengers that were stripping SOD-3.
Do you remember who scavenged the droid?
No, I'm afraid there was quite a crowd growing. We were seeing if there was any way we could help Sulio. There was nothing we could do, of course. She was dead.
Tu, Nizama! Tawancha Morichiwa.
Found a broken serving droid by the murder scene.
Dahupa, Bosa Kurata, Go Jujutu Yoki, Hiata Yamba Wajiaki, Yukito Tune, Hontachiwita Inka Kikraya Nachawanga Kone.
Okay. Is it possible that the droid saw something? Something that we could recover?
Tawancha Morichiwa, Mufalawa Nibobo Wishyo.
No, it was missing.
Ichawa Te Crossi Wishyo Todasi.
Okay. So we need to find the head and bring it back to Kif to find out if it saw anything.
This room is reserved, off-worlder. Huh. That Bith keeps buying droids, and the scavengers keep stealing them or blowing them up. Seems he's finally given up. The waitress is awful, but she's more fun than his droids ever were.
Any idea which scavenger got his droid?
I wouldn't tell you even if I knew. I could tell you where you could find the parts, though.
Where?
That western square has the perfect fence for droid parts. There is a droid vendor called 1B8D. That droid is as dumb as a Gamorrean. He'll buy anything because he's too stupid to do anything else. 1B8D is quite handy. Quite a few of the slum dwellers make a good living salvaging droid parts for him. You might have even bought some.
I probably already did, actually. Now that I think about it. Let's go back and talk to him real quick.
Greetings, Master. Do you have any interest in my goods?
I need to know if you have any parts from one of Behemoth's serving droids.
Entity Behemoth unknown. I have many serving droid parts.
I want to buy those
The
parts.
market rate for those parts would be 25 credits.
Okay, here's 25 credits.
Thank you for your business.
Kif and the cantina can probably do something with this. We should head back.
Yep. Alright, let's go. Get this last feed, okay. See what happened.
Hello there. What is this? Oh my, she's dead.
You didn't catch anything? Who came from the marketplace? Okay. Show it to Nico then.
Welcome back. My deck is...
I want to show you SOD3's last transmission.
If it'll help Dagon, you got it. There's no way that Dagon could have done it. I saw him coming from his office. That's the opposite direction of the marketplace. We should go talk to Captain Riken and clear all of this up.
Very good idea.
Nico, is it? And the Offworlder. What brings the two of you here?
Dagon Gent couldn't have killed Captain Sulio.
That's a bold statement. I assume you have some sort of proof.
Nico can explain it.
It's a long story, so bear with me, Captain. The night of the murder, I was playing Pazak. It was a prosperous night.
That should do it. We still don't know who killed Sulio, but this will greatly assist our investigation.
You have been ordered off this investigation, Captain. I hope you can explain yourself.
I had nothing to do with this, sir. This citizen found information about Captain Sulio's murder. It's material to the investigation.
We've already got our man. Sulio and this Gent were fighting the night she was murdered. He had ample motive.
They weren't really fighting. The regulars of the cantina can vouch for that.
Have you read the report? Some of the things Sulio called him were vile. Sulio and Dagon clearly hated each other.
Did you talk to anyone in the bar? Others can confirm that they were good friends.
Why, you little... Friends would not carry on in such a manner.
It's absolutely true, Major. I was a friend of both of them. They've done this dozens of times. Bahima, the bartender, can confirm it, as well as half a dozen other people. They were an odd pair, but they certainly didn't hate each other.
I see. Well, there's still the fact that he was right there at the scene of the crime.
Well, so was Nico, but you didn't arrest him. That's true. Nico saw him come from his office.
The only thing that matters to me is that he was within blaster range when Sulio was killed, and he did not have an alibi.
He came from his office, but a recording of the murder shows the shot came from the opposite direction.
You have a recording? Well, I'm sure you're just misinterpreting it.
I've seen it myself, Major. Nico isn't the only one that spotted Dagon coming from his office. It really can't be Dagon Gent. The real killer is still loose.
Very well, Captain. Set Gent free, then. But if later it turns out that he did do it, it's going to be on your head.
Wow, this police force sucks.
The men will be working on getting Dagon Gent out right away. The Major sure isn't happy. You're quite a team. Together, you got the Major to back down. That's no small feat.
Major seemed particularly unwilling to believe Dagon was innocent.
The investigation has been handled at the highest levels. I've heard there's been some concern about that. With Dagon free, I don't know if the investigation team will find another suspect. They haven't been as diligent as other investigators.
What do you mean?
I'm not gonna say anymore. Probably said too much already. If you head over to Dagon Gent's office, some men will bring him there shortly. Thanks for clearing this whole thing up. I could tell the justice wasn't being served, but we all have our orders. We really need to patrol that sector better.
Yeah, just following orders. The best line ever, right?
As detention cells go, it had definite class, but I prefer being out on my own all the same. I owe you and Mandalore one.
Mandalore said you might be able to help me out. I need to get in touch with someone from the palace.
Not many people can help you out with that. There have been several assassination attempts on Queen Talia. That place is locked tighter than a Hutch vault. I know a few people, though. Who do you need to get in touch with?
This guy sounds like a Chicagoan. He is a Jedi Master.
A Jedi Master, you say? Now that is interesting. Quite a bounty in Jedi these days. Not that I'm looking to collect, but if there's a master there, I think I know who it is.
Can you get in touch with someone inside the palace?
There's a slight problem with that. I know you don't want to hear that since you went through all the effort of springing me out. The thing is, scavengers have already looted most of my stuff. Most of it's garbage anyway, so I don't care too much. But I did have a couple of encrypted holodisks that they nabbed.
So we
here's
didn't
the
take that.
punchline. I need those discs because they have some contact information on them. People I know you don't just walk up and chat with. There's a procedure. And that holodisc has the procedure.
Who has them?
Raquel's gang pretty much owns this street. From what I hear, she's the one that cleaned me out. She's in the local cantina most days. She's tough as Drexel leather and more dangerous than an angry Wookiee. You take Mandalore with you, though, you should be just fine. Just get me the encrypted holodisc. After that, if there is a Jedi Master in the palace, I'll get you a meeting with him.
Oh, I got a double-bladed lightsaber. Just because. Okay. Alright. Oh, yeah. Back hell.
What do you want here, Offworlder? The room is taken. The whole cantina is taken. You should leave.
Excuse you? You have something that belongs to Dagon Gent. I want to get it back.
You? And just how do you intend to do that?
I was hoping I might be able to buy any holodiscs you get from his office.
It isn't for sale. I warned you, Offworlder. Kill her.
Okay. Well, goodbye then, bitch. Oh, and we get an open starport visa. Interesting. That means we can help this dude out.
Good to see you again. Any luck with the visa?
Yep. Managed to get an open starport visa.
Really? I've been looking for one for weeks. Thanks.
Here you go.
You've done a tremendous service for the Republic. Now I have to catch the first shuttle out of here. May the Force be with you.
And with you.
I wonder what his mission was. I think he may have helped the Republic considerably.
Well, I got light side points and influence gained with Bowder. Cool. Alright.
Have you found the encrypted holodiscs yet? I won't be able to get a hold of my contact from the palace without it.
I got the holodiscs from Bakel.
Great going there. With these, I'll check my contacts at the palace. I should be able to get a meeting with your Jedi Master shortly. You got anything you need to take care of in the quarter, you best do it now. You're dealing with serious politics by contacting him. If things go bad during a meeting, you may not be welcome in ISIS anymore. Perhaps never. Just let me know if you want to go through with this.
Yeah, I think I'll be alright. But I'm gonna save first.
Come back when you're ready.
Just in case. Contact the Jedi Master now.
Yeah, I'll get on it. Just grab a cot and rest a bit. Once I get a meeting time, I'll let you know.
Cool.
Is this meeting a trap? I can't afford to lose you, especially given recent events.
Anything could be a trap. Vaklu is no fool. But if the message is true...
Is this necessary? I can guarantee your safety in the palace, but outside these walls, the General has many men that would do anything for him.
Nothing in life is certain, Your Majesty. But I feel something. There is a disruption in the Force. I must investigate this.
Very well. But please, be cautious.
Aren't I always?
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
Well, the meeting is on. Head straight to the cantina. You guys should be in there. And, no offense, but I hope I never see you again.
Is it because of my bad Chicagoan impression?
You must have gone through a lot to arrange this meeting. The palace is at full battle readiness. Smuggling in a message is no small task.
Master Kavar? I didn't know you were still alive.
Kavar, the famed Jedi Guardian. The Mandalorians counted on the fact it would be you, not Revan, who would lead the Jedi against us during the Mandalorian Wars. I wonder how we'd have fared against you. I thought you were killed fighting Malak during the Jedi Civil War.
It seems my former student keeps curious company. Strange times lead to strange alliances, though. No, I survived the war. If only just. Why are you here? I imagine that you hold little love for any on the Jedi Council anymore. Even an old friend.
I want to know why I was cast out of the Jedi Order.
You have to understand that it was a time of great uncertainty. We just learned that Darth Revan was back with an armada. Every Jedi that went with him was lost, corrupted, and as dark as their master. And then there was you. Many thought you were a spy, but there's more to it than that. And I think you deserve an explanation.
Am I interrupting? In orbit, I thought for sure that the Ebon Hawk was mine. I was certain, only to see you slip through my fingers during the battle. Imagine my delight to discover you were on Isis. Quite careless, if you ask me. Get them, men, and watch your aim. Civilian casualties cause a mess of paperwork.
Let's get from the palace. I'll get word to you when I'm able. Run!
What? What have you done to my men? Blast! Men, take care of her. I won't let Kavar escape.
It's gonna be tough to avoid hitting innocents in this crowded cantina.
Please be careful. I don't want innocents to die because of our actions. Alright, so we need to go after Kavar. Make sure that he's safe. After we destroy these Vaklu troopers.
What's happening in the West Square? It sounded like battle. Command's ordered comm blackout. Do you know what's going on?
Vaklu's soldiers have been attacking me.
What? Why? That makes no sense. Command hasn't issued any alerts. Are you sure it wasn't some of those Beast Rider slags? They've been getting bolder recently.
It's broad daylight. They were wearing uniforms.
You must be mistaken. Soldiers just don't attack civilians without orders. If it weren't for the comm blackout, I'd check with Command. Just head to the safety of the Merchant Square, citizen. We'll send a patrol to investigate as soon as we can contact our HQ.
Not all the military is after us. Still, Vaklu can throw a whole army at us. I think we've outworn our welcome over here. We should head over to the spaceport before General Vaklu invents some charges against us. Then we'd be in real trouble.
We need to talk to this guy.
I told you before, Off-Worlder, the sky ramp is restricted to military personnel only. Now move along.
Really? Okay. Shit, I guess we're fucked then.
You know what to do.
What? Are you... What? We're being attacked by the commoners now? What the fuck? Okay. Wild. What is going on?
I noticed your incident just now. I'm afraid I have nothing more to say. Good luck in your travels.
I saw that.
Diagnostic is doing something strange. Target acquired. What the hell does that mean?
Oh, shit. Now the turrets. Damn.
The shuttle is just ahead. I think we should get out of here fast. It's gonna be some time before they forget about us here. No more trips to Isis for us until the situation changes. A lot.
Okay. Let's bounce then. Let's return to Duxun. Wonder what we're going to be able to do now. If Kavar's going to be able to talk to us, or what's going to happen.
We're back. The shuttle is going to stay docked here until further notice. I'm not ready to part company yet. It sounds like you have a lot of traveling to do. So do I. I'm going with you. The Sith have taken a particular interest in you, and you could use an extra blaster. I've been meaning to leave Duxun to look for other Mandalorian clans anyway.
That sounds altruistic. I didn't know you had it in you.
I don't have it in me. It's a matter of self-interest. The Sith aren't known for sharing power. If the Jedi Order is destroyed for good, it's inevitable that the Sith will dominate the Republic. And then my people will be eradicated or enslaved. Helping your cause is a matter of necessity. Mandalorians helped Exar Kun during his war. We know firsthand how we'd fare in the service of their like. But that's enough for now. We'll have time to talk later.
The Ebon Hawk is patched up and ready to go. When you're ready to depart, we can ask the guide here to take us back to the ship.
Okay. So I guess it's back to the Ebon Hawk and off to fucking somewhere else, I guess. We're gonna do that in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.